Hi viewers, welcome to this week's episode of my vlog and welcome to my channel, especially if you are new on my channel. I'm so glad to have you here and I'm so glad to be doing this. Thank you. Okay, so this week I will be answering the question: is physical attraction important in relationship? In the course of the week, Wednesday to be precise, I got an email from one of my subscribers saying that she's going through some sort of quarter life crisis, and that's in a relationship. She's confused, and she does not know what criteria to base a relationship on or a selection on. And then she particularly asked the question: is physical attraction important in relationship? Is that an important criteria to choosing who Mr. or who Miss Right would be? I'll be giving her my advice on this vlog, and I hope that you leave for her one or two comments because she will be in the comment section rather to hear from you guys and what you think. And is physical attraction important in a relationship? I believe that people are different. I am different from you, you are different from me. People are not the same, and that is why we all have our likes and our dislikes. We have our hobbies, what we want and what we don't want because of our differences. Everybody has their criteria, what they want. The first thing I like for you to do is to list out your criteria, list out your conditions, what I want, the basic things. There I classify criteria into important and not so important ones, like the necessary ones and the not so necessary ones. There were some, like for me, if you ask me, while I was single, I used to say my man has to be a believer first, like he has to be in Christ. That was it for me. So any I met along the line, I met men that were not believers. I felt like I loved them. I felt something for them, but because of the single criteria of not being a believer, I saw it as a very, very important thing, something that is so important that is a necessity. So because of that, I was quick to disperse the relationship because I knew it wasn't going to work because the number one thing on my main list didn't meet it. So I have other criteria like, okay, it should be funny, it should be nice, it should be responsible, it should be caring, and then I had the physical thing. Okay, I want a tall deck. I don't know, but something about this physical attraction thing, although I believe sincerely that before you could decide to want to know something more about someone, you must first be physically attracted to the person. Like, okay, this person I feel attracted to this person, then I should get to know this person. So I would say that in a kind of way, physical attraction is key because you don't want to be with someone that you want to see every morning and ease and be like, was I sleeping? Was I closing my eyes? Although I am a strong believer that you don't fall in love, you grow in love. I believe that falling in love is too sudden and might just end the way it started. But growing in love is a gradual thing that requires patience, that requires love, and that requires a lot of discipline and the likes. So, answer the question: is physical attraction important? I will say yes to, but then to an extent. Yes, to an extent. Some ladies have some weird criterias. Is somehow weird, but then I use the word but. It might not. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B, and what works for Miss A might not work for Miss B. There I you know I don't know how to say this. There's some relationships that that this man has everything. He's a believer. If you someone that wants something like a believer, you give marks to it. Okay, the way I don't know where I get my journal. I used to have this journal then that I literally have the names of guys that like I felt like, okay, we could have something together, and I have this list. For example, I could say 100% is total mark you could get. So I could say if you are in Christ, that is a major thing for me. I could say I'm giving 30% to that. If you're handsome, 10%. If you're tall, another 5%, another 10%. If you're okay, there are nothing out of my list. Then that's funny. I should say this was that you need to be a graduate. I just okay. I'm a graduate. I'm educated. I do not want to be with someone that didn't have a degree, and I'm someone that believes that I'm still going to go ahead with my master's degree, have a PhD. So how will I possibly be with someone that just has an SSC that will just talk me down out of my desire, out of my dreams, and out of my dreams? So that was it for me. So it was one of my major criteria. He needs to be educated, at least for me was a first degree. I wanted, that was it for me. Like at least for me was a. So I had people. At the time had someone that only had an okay that I don't want to say this, but it didn't meet my expectation as per the certificate thing, and no, I cannot. It was that for me. So one of my criteria, I gave marks to each of my criterias, and I just grade men with the criteria. So I'm like, okay, did you meet? So if I found out that even with for me, if physical attraction was not so it for me, although it matters to me, I had a particular spec, but I didn't really care much as long as my major criteria has been met. So physical attraction was just one of the things for me, and so I just tried to give marks to each of the criteria. So that was it for me. So I think I'll suggest that you give marks. Know what you want, know the basic things for you. I'm sure that you know what exactly you want. I'm sure that you know the major things, the ones that are like the main criteria for you. So I advise that you could use the method of grading it, giving marks to it, so it allows you to not be kind of biased. You could want to be biased because you feel that you this guy is rich, and but if you have a kind of mark for it that is equal for all of them, like you judge equally, you are able to know. And physical attraction might be so important. If it's cause eye for you on your list, go ahead. I not saying you should totally get married to someone you don't have any physical attraction for. No, that's a wrong thing, a very wrong step. You need to see the person and be like, oh, is this person my husband? Oh, is this person my wife? Why is so fine? Why is so handsome? I seriously, you need it on some days. You really need it on some days. So that's it. So I like to stop here. So please, if you're checking this video, please do well to leave one or two comments for a friend. Let's help a friend. Please leave one or two comments for her. What do you think about physical attraction? Do you think she should be so concerned with physical attraction, or should she just go with who God says it is for her? I mean, God says this is person, just go. Although I believe that God gives good things, God does not give bad things. So if God is saying it, like this person is this for you, then you need to stay in the place of prayer and find out why God is saying it and just obey God. That is it for me. So thank you for giving me your time on this episode of my vlog. Please do it to leave your comment, do it to like my video, a thumbs up for my video, and do it to subscribe if you've not subscribed, and use the notification bell please so you can get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much. I love you. Catch you again this time next week. Bye.